Hello, welcome back. I'm John, old YouTuber. Let's continue. I was just in this little discount supermarket. That's 108 liters cola. They had this cheap cola on offers or discounts. So I have a small bicycle trailer, so I was back and forward 3 times, so my back's hurting a bit. I'm eating a bit chips, and let's just continue from there. It's 4:30 p.m. and I just finished uploading my Danish video. Just need to put the memory card back and put the camcorder into the charger. So let's do that. Yes, I think I should continue to read about this Windows versions like Windows 1, 2, 3, Windows 95 and 98, Windows 98, Windows Millennium ME, the Windows XP and Windows Vista and Windows 7, 8 and 8.1. I just read about Windows 10 and 11. So I will make a little bit noise because I like to eat these chips. So, but now I have charged the camcorder like 2 hours. I think we have power enough. Yes, I will go back to my back bed. My back is hurting a bit because I just carry 108 kilos of cola up to my apartment, up the stairs. But I'm happy I did it because now I have cola enough for the next 2-3 months. So when I'm going shopping in the future, I just need to bring one cola. That's because I'm not drinking coffee. I'm not drinking wine and beers and alcohol. Yes, I do that, but I have a long break to that. I'm drinking beers and wine, but not the last 6 years. If somebody offer me a beer, I will say no thanks. But later in a few next years, I will start to drink beer again, maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. Let's. No, now I have get used to not to. I'm not drinking alcohol and beer. I have got used to this, so I'll not have any hangovers. I've not been drunk like 6 years. I've not spent a lot of money when I was drunk. Yes, continue.
As workstations. Windows Server 2003. Windows Server 2003 desktop on the 25th of April, 2003. Microsoft launched Windows Server 2003, a notable update to Windows 2000 Server encompassing many new security features, a new Manage Your Server wizard that simplifies configuring a machine for specific roles, and improved performance. It is based on the Windows NT 5.2 kernel. A few devices not essential for server environments are disabled by default for stability reasons. Most noticeable are the Windows Audio and Theme services. Users have to enable them manually to get sound or the Luna look as per Windows XP. Hardware acceleration for display is also turned off by default. Users have to turn the acceleration level up themselves if they trust the display card driver. In December 2005, Microsoft released Windows Server 2003 R2, which is actually Windows Server 2003 with SP1, Service Pack 1, together with an add-on package. Among the new features are a number of management features for branch offices, file serving, printing and company-wide identity integration. Windows Server 2003 is available in 6 editions: Web Edition, 32-bit, Enterprise Edition, 32 and 64-bit, Data Center Edition, 32 and 64-bit, Small Business Server, 32-bit, Storage Server, OEM channel only. Windows Server 2003 R2, an update of Windows Server 2003, was released to manufacturing on December 6, 2005. It is distributed on 2 CDs, with one CD being the Windows Server 2003 SP1 CD. The other CD adds many optionally installable features for Windows Server 2003. The R2 update was released for all x86 and x64 versions, except Windows Server 2003 R2 Enterprise Edition, which was not released for Itanium. Windows XP x64 and Server 2003 x64 editions. On the 25th of April, 2005, Microsoft released Windows XP Professional x64 Edition and Windows Server 2003 x64 editions in Standard, Enterprise and Data Center SKUs. Windows XP Professional x64 Edition is an edition of Windows XP for x86-64 personal computers. It is designed to use the expanded 64-bit memory address space provided by the x86-64 architecture. 34. Windows XP Professional x64 Edition is based on the Windows Server 2003 codebase, with the server features removed and client features added. Both Windows Server 2003 x64 and Windows XP Professional x64 Edition use identical kernels. 35. Windows XP Professional x64 Edition is not to be confused with Windows XP 64-bit Edition, as the latter was designed for Intel Itanium processors. 36. 37. During the initial development phases, Windows XP Professional x64 Edition was named Windows XP 64-bit Edition for 64-bit extended systems. 38. Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs. Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs Desktop. In July 2006, Microsoft released a thin client version of Windows XP Service Pack 2, called Windows Fundamentals for Legacy PCs, WinFLP. It is only available to software assurance customers. The aim of WinFLP is to give companies a viable upgrade option for older PCs that are running Windows 95, 98, and ME that will be supported with patches and updates for the next several years. Most ASA applications will typically be run on a remote machine using terminal services or Citrix. While being visually the same as Windows XP, it has some differences. For example, if the screen has been set to 16-bit colors, the Windows 2000 recycle bin icon and some XP 16-bit icons will show. Paint and some games like Solitaire aren't present too. Windows Home Server. Windows Home Server, codenamed Q Quattro, is a server product based on Windows Server 2003 designed for consumer use. The system was announced on the 7th of January, 2007, by Bill Gates. Windows Home Server can be configured and monitored using a console program that can be installed on a client PC. Such features as media sharing, local and remote drive backup and file duplication are all listed as features. To release of Windows Home Server Power Pack 3 added support for Windows 7 to Windows Home Server. Windows Vista and Server 2008. Windows Vista Desktop. Windows Vista was released on the 30th of November, 2006. To business customers, consumer versions followed on the 30th of January, 2007. Windows Vista intended to have enhanced security by introducing a new restricted user mode called User Account Control, replacing the Administrator by Default philosophy of Windows XP. Vista was the target of much criticism and negative press, and in general was not well regarded. This was seen as leading to the relatively swift release of Windows 7. One major difference between Vista and earlier versions of Windows 95 and later, was that the original Start button was replaced with the Windows icon in a circle, called the Start orb. Vista also featured new graphics features, the Windows Aero GUI, new applications, such as Windows Calendar, Windows DVD Maker and some new games including chess, mahjong, and Purple Place, 39, Internet Explorer 7, Windows Media Player 11, and a large number of underlying architectural changes. Windows Vista had the version number NT 6.0. During its lifetime, Windows Vista had to survive packs. Windows Vista shipped in 6 editions. Smiley 40, Starter, only available in developing countries. Home Basic, Home Premium, Business, Enterprise, only available to large business and enterprise. Ultimate, combines both Home Premium and Enterprise. All editions, except Starter Edition, were available in both 32-bit and 64-bit versions. The biggest advantage of the 64-bit version was breaking the 4 GB memory barrier, which 32-bit computers cannot fully access. Windows Server 2008. Windows Server 2008, released on the 27th of February, 2008, was originally known as Windows Server codename Longhorn. Windows Server 2008 built on the technological and security advances first introduced with Windows Vista, and was significantly more modular than its predecessor, Windows Server 2003. Windows Server 2008 shipped in 10 editions. Windows Server 2008 Foundation, for OEMs only. Windows Server 2008 Standard, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Server 2008 Enterprise, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Server 2008 Data Center, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Server 2008 for Titanium-based systems, IA64. Windows HPC Server 2008. Windows Web Server 2008, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Storage Server 2008, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Small Business Server 2008, 64-bit only. Windows Essential Business Server 2008, 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows 7 and Server 2008 R2. Windows 7 Desktop. Windows 7 was released to manufacturing on the 22nd of July, 2009, and reached general retail availability on the 22nd of October, 2009. 41-42. Since its release, Windows 7 had one service pack. Some features of Windows 7 were faster booting, device stage Windows PowerShell, less obtrusive user account control, multi-touch, and improved window management. The interface was renewed with a bigger taskbar and some improvements in the searching system and the start menu. 43. Features included with Windows Vista and not in Windows 7 include the sidebar, Alt-Half gadgets remain, and several programs that were removed in favor of downloading their Windows Live counterparts. Windows 7 met with positive reviews, which said the OS was faster and easier to use than Windows Vista. Windows 7 shipped in 6 editions. Sad Smiley 44, Starter, available worldwide. Home Basic, Home Premium, Professional, Enterprise, available to volume license business customers only. Ultimate, In some countries in the European Union, there were other editions that lacked some features such as Windows Media Player, Windows Media Center and Internet Explorer. These editions were called names such as Windows 7N. Microsoft focused on selling Windows 7 Home Premium and Professional. All editions, except the Starter Edition, were available in both 32-bit and 64-bit versions. Unlike the corresponding Vista editions, the Professional and Enterprise editions were supersets of the Home Premium Edition. At the Professional Developers Conference, PDC, 2008, Microsoft also announced Windows Server 2008 R2, as the server variant of Windows 7. Windows Server 2008 R2 shipped in 64-bit versions, x64 and Titanium, only. Windows Thin PC. In 2010, Microsoft released Windows Thin PC or WinTPC, which was a feature and size-reduced locked-down version of Windows 7 expressly designed to turn older PCs into thin clients. WinTPC was available for software assurance customers and relied on cloud computing in a business network. Wireless operation is supported since WinTPC has full wireless stack integration, but wireless operation may not be as good as operation on a wired connection. 4546 Windows Home Server 2011. Windows Home Server 2011, code-named Veil 47, was released on April 6, 2011. 48 Windows Home Server 2011 is built on the Windows Server 2008 R2 codebase and removed the drive extender drive pooling technology in the original Windows Home Server release. 49 Windows Home Server 2011 is considered a major release. 47 Its predecessor was built on Windows Server 2003. WHS 2011 Elijah ports x86-64 hardware. Microsoft decided to discontinue Windows Home Server 2011 on the 5th of July, 2012, while including its features into Windows Server 2012 Essentials. 50 Windows Home Server 2011 was supported until April 12, 2016. 51 Windows 8 and Server 2012. On the 1st of June, 2011, Microsoft previewed Windows 8 at both Computex Taipei and the D9, All Things Digital Conference in California. 53 The first public preview of Windows Server 2012 was shown by Microsoft at the 2011 Microsoft Worldwide Partner Conference. 54 Windows 8 release preview and Windows Server 2012 release candidate were both released on the 31st of May, 2012. 55 Product development on Windows 8 was completed on the 1st of August, 2012, and it was released to manufacturing the same day. 56 Windows Server 2012 went on sale to the public on the 4th of September, 2012. Windows 8 went on sale to the public on the 26th of October, 2012. One edition, Windows RT, runs on some system-on-a-chip devices with mobile 32-bit ARM, ARMv7, processors. Windows 8 features a redesigned user interface, designed to make it easier for touchscreen users to use Windows. The interface introduced an updated Start menu known as the Start screen, and a new full-screen application platform. The desktop interface is also present for running windowed applications, although Windows RT will not run any desktop applications not included in the system. On the Building Windows 8 blog, it was announced that a computer running Windows 8 can boot up much faster than Windows 7. 57 New features also include USB 3.0 support, the Windows Store, the ability to run from USB drives with Windows to Go, and others. Windows 8.1 and Windows Server 2012 R2 were released on the 17th of October 2013. Windows 8.1 is available as an update in the Windows Store for Windows 8 users only and also available to download for clean installation. 58. The update adds new options for resizing the live